All right, so I was gonna just draw, but I noticed that there's some more parts we want to add, so I figured I'd go ahead and cut another video. Looking at this structure here, and looking at the notes, it's this Nyloplast structure, and you see that it's a 30-inch drain basin. So we're gonna make a part for that. So I'm gonna go back to before I start drawing in these parts. Also notice that we got 10-inch. So we got some 10-inch pipe along with a 6-inch pipe. So this looks to be a 10-inch pipe, and looks like it's PVC as well. All right, or HDPE. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go to my MSI manager, and I'm gonna go into my material or site improvement. Sorry, under storm drain, and I'm gonna right click and do a new storm drain object, and we're gonna call this the 30-inch Nyloplast, so or Nyloplast, Nyloplast basin, and manhole, it's round, it's circular, that's good, and it's gravity. We're gonna 30-inch diameter, wall thickness. Not that it really matters that much. Let's just make it 1 inch. It's good enough. And then we will create another structure. This time it's going to be a 10-inch HDPE. That is a circular line. We're going to click OK to that. Material HDPE. Inside diameter is 10. Half inch. Close enough for what we want. Again, just you would have to look this up, but that's going to give me what I need to do this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create not a new network, I'm going to create a new run. And I'm going to create the run in the storm sewer network. So I'm going to call this roof drain. And we're going to go ahead and put it, that's fine, on the network. The material is there, and we'll just do a 0 starting station as well. Apply that and close. So now we've got that new run, and I'm going to start by doing the nodes. So I'm going to create a node, still under the same sanitary sewer network, and this one is going to be, we're going to call it CDS-1, and that would be the 30-inch basin, Nyloplast. Okay. Storm structure. Type is manhole. This time we'll pick that Nyloplast one, and we'll pick the location. So just like I did before, I'm just going to drop this guy here. Get a rim elevation off of there, so that's 23.41. And then the invert is 18.65. And that's the in, that's the out, that's the 10. Apply that, drops that one in. And then we'll just come up here. It looks like we got a T connection here. So that one just has an invert. Right, so it's got an invert in and an invert out at this T connection. So I want to make sure that my pipe is, or my structure is high enough to account for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in this other structure, and it's going to just basically be the T connection. And I'm going to drop that in at this location here. And then the rim elevation, so I've got a 6-inch, looks like to be the highest one, is at 1895. So I'm going to do 18.95 plus 0.5 for half an inch tab. It's going to do the math for me. So my rim invert, top of the pipe, maybe we just make that 0.5, just round it up. The invert elevation is again going to be the lowest elevation, which is 1875. So 18.75. And I'm going to drop that in. So you can see that puts in that point there. And then we will kind of come in here and see we got another T connection here. Oh, So I messed the name up on that one. So let's go back to this. Right click in properties, and let's call this T1. And for a description, we're just going to call it T connection. Okay. And that's right? T connection. Yep. So T connection. So what I'm going to do here, same thing, is I'm going to call this, let me get out of that, those properties there. All right, so that's good. So we'll call this T-2 T connection. And I will manhole T connection, that's fine. We'll pick this point here. We'll take a look at the values. So I've got 19.15 is the height, plus 0.5. So 1965 is going to make it 19.7. And then the invert is the out, which would be 18.98. So drop that one in. Another one up here. So this will just be the next one. And same thing, we'll come over here, take a look. Got 1930, so let's just make that 19.4. And my invert, or yeah, half an inch. So 19.3 plus 0.5. Let's just make it 20. And then the out is 19.13. So that gives me that one. And let's see what else we got. We got any more T connections? No more T connections, but we do have one here. We have one there. Let's just go ahead and drop that in. Actually, I'm looking at this and I think I need another part. So that T connection, if I go and modify that, because that's a 10-inch pipe. So on this T connection, let's make that diameter 10 inches. So when I do that, that'll adjust those parts. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make another one that is a 6-inch. So I'm going to right click, new storm, and we'll just call it T connection. It'll be 6-inch. Okay. And we'll make that one 6-inch and half-inch. Again, I'm just getting this to see the difference. We'll make this one a 10-inch. We'll rename that one and call that 10-inch. Okay. Probably should rename these, putting T connection first and then 10-inch. So basically, I'll show you what happens if I go T connection dash 10-inch. Just from a standards and organizational standpoint. So we'll go dash 6-inch, home, delete. Making it that way. That way they're organized, right? 10-inch, 6-inch, so on. And do the same thing up here. Instead of putting 6-inch, let's make this, rename this one to HDPE dash 10-inch. And this one, rename this one to HDPE dash 6-inch. So again, just making some consistency. And I know we may have some more RCP, so let's go RCP dash 18-inch on that one. All right, so it'll kind of keep things somewhat organized. Same thing here. And we can rename this. Let's put the number at the end. So it'll keep things together under this structure here. All right. So now that I've got that, I can close it, and we're going to do the 6-inch connection. And I'm going to come in here, and I'm just going to drop that one because it's a T connection. And I've got an invert of 19.63, and I'll go 19.63 plus 0.5. So let's just make it 20.2. Just give it some height. And then the same thing here. And so we'll drop in another one right there. And that one has an invert of 1981. So 19.81. We'll just do plus 0.7. So I don't have to change it. And then the invert is 19.81. And then it looks like I think I need one more part. So I'm going to add another part in here. And this will be storm cleanout. We'll keep it 6 inches, 0.5. That's okay. So now I'm going to put that at the end here. And that one, we'll just make that one 19. We'll keep it the same. Okay. So then you've got the roof drains, right? So up in here, I've got these 2 roof drains. So those are going to be the roof drain. And I'm going to drop that in up here. And that has an invert of 1987. So 19.87 plus, let's just say 0.7. And then this is 19.87. We'll do the same thing over here. Drop in that. That's 1963, so 19.63 plus 0.7. Tab, 19.63. Enter. All right, so I've got those. And I'm going to have to do the same thing down here, but again, just this would take a long video. So I'm just going to do this one, and I'll do the same thing for these and get them all connected and show you what that looks like at the end. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come in here, and did I miss a T? I think I missed a T here. So let's insert that T at this point. And it looks like I got to clean out there, so I forgot that one. So that's going to be T. Looks like T10, T11. And it's going to be a 10-inch T. It'll be right there. And the rim elevation looks like 19.43 plus 0.7. And then 19.26. And then we're going to do the clean out up here. So that'll be, let's keep those the same. Apply. And then I can close. Now I can add in the pipe. All right, so I'm just going to start connecting pipes. I'm going to create a pipe. This is going to go into the roof drain. Inverts, that's fine. And we're just going to call this roof drain 1. Want to put it on the right layer, so let's put it on a layer, which I don't think I did on the other pipes, but we can modify those. Storm mesh pipe. And again, they can all be on the same layer. I just like to separate them. And we'll just put these into the utilities. Close. So now I can come in here. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to my view filter. I'm going to turn off all these layers so that I can see my pipes. and I'm basically just going to start connecting pipes. So I'm going to choose my 16 or 6 inch, and I'm going to go from node, and I'm going to pick this one, and I'm going to go to node, and I'll pick that one, and apply, and that creates that pipe, right? So then I'm going to go from node here to node there, put that one in. Okay? And I'm just going to keep doing this all the way down until I finish it. All right, so I'm going to end the video here, and then I'm going to finish this up, and then we'll come back and we'll take a look at it in the next video.